So we want to check the clavicle, the bone itself, for compression. It's received compression forces over a lifetime, and we have a technique to release that force that's in the clavicle itself. So for this reason, the clavicles are known as the guardians of the heart. They actually guard the heart by absorbing force that could hurt it. The clavicles are the first bone that forms in the embryo, and they form where? If the heart forms in the cervical at C3, the clavicles are forming in front of that. So that way they sort of guard the functioning heart early on. They're the first bones that start forming. They're also the last bones to finish forming in an adult. It usually takes about 20 years to grow a clavicle to its complete form. So there seems to be some importance to that. That bone needs to be there early, and it needs to take a long time in its formation. The clavicle rotates on the horizontal. So if you do this experiment with me right now, if you take your thumb above your clavicle, put your fingers below your clavicle and grip it like this, and then move your arm straight up toward the ceiling, you'll feel the clavicle rotate under your arm movement. Can you feel it rotate? Okay. So the clavicle rotates on the horizontal to get the arm above your head. And a lot of people have trouble getting their arm above their head, reaching for something. It's not necessarily a muscle thing. If you come down and squeeze the clavicle fairly hard and don't let it rotate, I can only get my arm to here without compensating. So when I start compensating, I do something like this. To get it up here without rotating the clavicle, I've got to do all these convoluted compensatory patterns to get the arm above the head. That's what stresses the muscles. Under the left side of the clavicle, you have the fascia, of course, connecting the body to the head. And then you have a nerve flowing under this clavicle called the phrenic nerve. It innervates the peritoneal wall, so the inner chest wall, and it innervates the liver and gallbladder compartment or pocket, and it determines the amount of tension on the liver, gallbladder, and the inside of your chest. So you would think if the clavicle had received a lot of force and it was compressed, it might excite the innervation of the phrenic nerve and create too much tension in the liver, gallbladder, and in the chest. So we need to release the clavicle because of that consideration. On the left side, the fascial trains or patterning is shorter as the fascia goes under the clavicle and comes down around the left kidney, and it pulls on the left kidney when you have a whiplash and can create tension in the left side on the left kidney. So we want to check kidney, liver. We just released the chest, fascia for clavicle problems. And one more thing, under the clavicles we have the blood supply. So you have the subclavian artery and you have the subclavian vein coming under the clavicles, bringing blood up into and out of the head. So if there's compression on the clavicles, you end up sometimes with circulatory problems in and out of the head for blood flow. So all these things will be supported and released and healed or organized in a better way when we release the clavicle.